Here's some important pieces of information that you're going to need to know before we actually get the brand new DLC, which during the recording time in this video is only about 12 hours away. So let's get right into this. So the prices of the businesses, here we go. The Higgins Helitour business, which is located right here at the helipad, is going to be worth $900,000. Now, Smoke on the Water is going to be a little bit less, valued at $850,000, and the hands-on car wash itself is going to be costing us a flat $1 million. So altogether, it brings up a little under $3 million to own all the three businesses that are coming into the game. Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about some drip feed content potentially. So I've already pre-downloaded the DLC on PlayStation 5, and it wasn't really too much over about 3 gigabytes. Now, what does that tell us? It's not going to be a very big DLC necessarily. We are going to be getting some brand new businesses. We are going to be getting some brand new vehicles, which we're going to be talking about those in a second, because there's a lot of hidden vehicles that are getting leaked all over the internet right now because they've already been uploaded into the game, and people are DMO dropping these things to where they can just do give cars to friends and then put these things in their garages, do merge glitches and stuff like that. That's how we get modded vehicles in the game, and that's how a lot of players get early access to these, by doing cheats. So in the early years of Grand Theft Auto and dealing with DLCs, Rockstar used to give us all of the content at once. They stopped doing that around 2017, 2018, I believe, when they actually started giving us drip feed content. Yeah, I don't think it was until about 2018 is when Rockstar actually started drip feeding content into the game, to where we're going to get a DLC, but they're not going to give us all of the DLC. So to talk about the drip feed content that's going to be coming into the game, we're going to get even more clothing items like the cop outfits. We're going to be getting more missions. We're going to be getting potentially new businesses. Now, I don't know what any of the new businesses would entitle, but I can only imagine potentially they would be tying into other businesses that we own in the game. So just like the Smoke on the Water shop is going to increase the profit sales of our weed business over at the MC Clubhouse, where we tie that into, just like the air freight cargo business that we own, which is the hangar business, is going to increase in profit value once we go ahead and own the Higgins helicopter pad there. So yeah, just to talk about that. So we will be getting more drip feed. There's already been lots of talk and people showcasing all the vehicles that we're actually going to be getting for this DLC on things like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and all that other types of stuff. And I could surely make a video showcasing all of the brand new vehicles that will be coming into the game with drip feed. So if you guys want to see that video, please let me know by leaving a comment in the comment sections below. But moving on to the next important piece of information here. So if you've ever seen the series Breaking Bad, which if you haven't, I would suggest going and watching it. It's amazing. Even though it revolves around methamphetamines and things like that, it's actually the plot and the stories and things like that within the actual series itself, which just climaxes until the very end. And then there's even a sequel, I believe, called El Camino. But from there, you guys, this DLC has a huge Breaking Bad vibe to it. Now, if you didn't know or notice, Rockstar actually stole Breaking Bad's meth kind of business thing. So once again, like the meth business that we have here in Grand Theft Auto Online, it basically is a big ripoff of Breaking Bad. Even the meth itself is the color blue, just like the same color of meth that they used in Breaking Bad. So obviously, they ripped off the meth business or whatever like that and threw it into Grand Theft Auto Online. And it looks like returning here, because if you watch this series, you would know at some point during Walter White's journey through his little meth empire, I would say, they acquire a car wash business, and this business ends up being a huge front for Walter's meth business, which I don't really know exactly if it's going to tie into our meth business because Rockstar didn't release that information, but soon enough we will know. So just to let you guys know too, yeah, huge Breaking Bad vibes are definitely here for the whole money fronts thing, because that's exactly what they did in Breaking Bad. And if you guys have been playing Grand Theft Auto, you would know that a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 is based on a lot of movies and TV series, which is where actually a lot of this content comes from, just from missions from story mode and different things that have come into the game like vehicles and other aspects like that. Anyways, let's move on. And real quick, just to talk about the quality of life. So Rockstar is doing like this background quality of life, and I'm sure we'll be able to have more information on that once the DLC actually drops. And then Rockstar, gives us the actual patch notes and things like that. So we know what glitches are going to end up getting patched, because that's another subject that we're probably going to be embarking upon. Like a lot of glitches, they always get patched during big DLCs. So if there's any glitch that you guys are wanting to do, you better do it right now, because the DLC is in a few hours from the recording time of this video. But yeah, quality of life. What does quality of life include here? They're talking about getting rid of the Boxville missions for the MC Clubhouse cell missions. So say goodbye to those. The UPS trucks, yeah, those are going to be gone. And then also it's telling us right here that it looks like the Dr. Dre missions with the cutscenes are now going to be finally skippable, so we don't have to sit there and watch some of those cutscenes, which they should have just made it like that in the very beginning. So small little updates like that. Once again, we're going to have more details on exactly what is the quality of life updates, which they seem like they've done this a few summers on us before, where we just get these quality of life updates where they're just fixing and enhancing things in this old-ass game. So basically also we are getting, it says right here, the Western police bike, finally. But the thing, too, is it looks like from the information that I'm reading here is we're actually going to be able to get some of the patrol police outfits to go with the bike right on launch date. Once again, we'll have more information on that later on during the live stream. So, moving on to the next piece of information. So, Rockstar says right here also they're going to be adding 50 missile lock-on jammers to 50 random vehicles here in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's going to be very interesting to see what exact vehicles are getting those missile lock-on jammers. Finally, that probably should have been put in the game when the Mark II oppressor first got put into the game to avoid those pesky missiles or other things like that. So also, another piece of information here, it looks like the arena points will be doubled, and that's amazing because the fact that it takes so long to level up in the arena, geez, they want you to be 500, level 500 just to get the Space Docker, which can't even be gifted to another friend because it's only a Pegasus vehicle. And in all honesty, you could probably go into story mode and get the Space Docker in about an hour and a half compared to a year and a half playing the arena. But moving on, and just to talk about the vehicles that we're getting real quick to end this up, is we are getting the Karen Evron RS, which is a pickup truck. We're also getting the Woodlander. It's going to be an SUV. We're also getting the DeClassy Tampa GT. It's going to be a muscle car. And then we're going to be getting the Overflood Suzumi, which is going to be a legendary motorsport car. And by the way, it is electric. Just to go ahead and answer your guys' questions on that. Yeah, that car is electric. And then it looks like the last one we will be getting here is the Grata Cheetah Classic wide body, which will be interesting to see that. And we'll be able to go ahead and clue you all in on all of the rest of the information. We will be live streaming and making more videos talking about the vehicles that are not going to be released necessarily during the DLC. So make sure you guys are staying tuned, hit that like button, and subscribing for more content. So thanks for watching. My name is GRAVESIGHT, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace.